Hey YouTube, Blake1827. Wanted to feature some aged tobacco from my own cellar compared to some much older aged tobacco that I recently came across. Stay tuned and I'll tell you what happened here. But let's take a look at some Baren Plumcake to start with. Not necessarily this tin, although this tin was graciously gifted to me by Big Joe Smoke Show. I hope you're still out there, Joe. I really miss your channel. This tin was from May of 2018, but I've got some older plum cake in my cellar. So let's take a look at that. This is from June of 2013. And this was the bulk 1 pound bag of Baren I've had jarred up in my cellar for quite a while. You can definitely smell the sweet aroma on it, and it looks fantastic. I have not smoked this stuff yet. Baren Plumcake was one of the first tobaccos that I smoked and tried after I got back into pipe smoking after I discovered the YTPC, and I really enjoyed it, and then I expanded my horizons and I didn't really come back to it. But let's take a look at this compared to some Baren from the 70s. This stuff is quite a bit darker. Let me pour it in the tray and we'll take a closer look. So this was a sample I was given of Baren Plumcake. We suspect it's from the late 70s. I say we, but I really mean Jeffery from Life with a Pipe. I'll leave his details down in the ashtray below. If you've been watching the YTPC much lately, there have been a few epic estate finds. Jeffery from Life with a Pipe is documenting his. It's 4 parts already and he's not even done with it. Durden's Rest, also a newer channel, had an amazing estate find with some pipes and tobacco as well. And I remember Mark Spade had an estate find maybe a year or 2 ago now that was pretty amazing. This plum cake is not completely dried out. It's right where you want it to be. You don't want it much drier. It's not crispy. It doesn't have the fruity rum topping aroma to it at all. And I really don't know how to describe the aroma of this 40-plus-year-old tobacco, honestly, besides saying it smells old. That's really all I got. Like, it doesn't necessarily smell like rum cake. Doesn't really necessarily smell strongly of tobacco. It just smells old, I guess. All right, let me put this stuff away and we'll take a look at the Virginia No1 from Baren. Quick glance at some Virginia No1 by Baren from my cellar from a bulk bag from dated December of 2016. Now, Virginia No1 is exactly what it says it is. It's just pretty much a straight Virginia blend. It's not super complex. It doesn't have anything mixed in with it, but it's just a straight Virginia. It smells sweet, tastes good. People say it burns hot, but they're not smoking it with age. Once you get age on tobacco, it really mellows out and improves, in my opinion. But let's take a look at the highlight of this whole video. All right, so here we are with the McBaren Virginia No1 tin from the late 70s. It's labeled 3.5 ounces or 3.5 ounces. It's not labeled 100 grams. Made in Denmark. Virginia No1. Same insert coin and twist. Easy open. Still says that to this day. This is clearly an unopened tin. Doesn't feel loose or like there's any air in there at all. Doesn't sound like it's dried out at all. No signs of rust or anything on the tin. So let's take a look and see what happens here. I hope we all heard that hiss because it was there. Oh my goodness. Might need a little more finessing here on the can. I'm not beans. All right, here we go. Wow. You can already tell the paper and that collar is yellowed a little bit. We're going to use my handy Fountain tamper that I bought and I never use it, but it's beautiful and fun to play with. Let's see what this is all about. All right. No, yeah, nothing around the rim at all. The rim is in perfect condition. Paper's, you can tell the paper is just a little bit moist. A selection of choice ripe Virginia tobaccos from the Old Belt and other Maine districts of flue-cured tobaccos. This blend gives a mild, slightly sweet smoke. Harold Hallberg, who is the HH in HH Tobaccos for McBaren. May he rest in peace as he passed away in January of 2020, I believe, if I recall correctly. Had a sudden heart attack. Wow. So this is, I think it looks darker in person than it does on camera, honestly. Let's look at my stuff from 2016 side by side real quick. And let me bring my microphone back up so we can all hear again. Yeah, it's significantly darker for sure. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but let's poke through it a little bit and see what we've got. Actually, I'm going to do this. I've done this on enough aged tins now. It's just easier to pull out the paper and kind of mush it together at first, because I'm going to leave this out to breathe anyway for a few days at least. Not dry out, just get some much needed oxygen into this stuff. Wow. I mean, a beautiful cake. I've never smoked any tobacco nearly this old. I am definitely not the guy on Pipe Stud every Saturday morning or whenever he has all his vintage tobaccos for sale. Yeah, this feels maybe not quite as moist as it would be out of a brand new tin, but man, you couldn't ask for it to be any better condition after all these years. I mean, this tobacco is older than me. I'm going to give it a good sniff here. Wow. That is like the most beautiful, sweet, figgy, plummy, dark fruit smell I think I've ever smelled in my entire life. This is going to be incredible. Thank you again so much to Jeffrey, excuse me. I'm going to really enjoy this, and I'll tell you guys what I think about it. Wow, this is pretty awesome. Okay, hope you guys all enjoyed that. This video is way too long. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.